The Christian apologist and author Ravi Zacharias often tells the story of when, as a young preacher in the early 1970s, he spoke one night before a large crowd in the Cambodian capital of Phnom Penh. And relying upon a translator who would repeat what he said after every few lines, things seemed to be going rather well, especially when a large number of people came forward after he gave the invitation for people to accept the Christian faith. But that was when things seemed to fall apart. Without being asked, the Cambodian translator himself suddenly began to talk at length to the people who'd come forward. Unable to speak the language, Zacharias, of course, couldn't understand what the man was saying, but he could certainly tell by the reactions of many in the crowd that they didn't like what they were hearing. In fact, as the man continued to speak, many even began to walk away. It was only afterwards that he found out what his translator had said. The man explained that in his Cambodian culture, people believed in many gods, and so it wasn't uncommon for people to mix and match religions. Add a little from this religion and add a little more from this one. So they needed to understand that with Christianity, it was different. With Christianity, you add by subtracting. You add Jesus to your life by subtracting everything else. And in the West today, we now live in the same sort of mix and match culture in which people ultimately play God, deciding what they will accept and what they will not accept as spiritual truth for themselves. And just like that crowd that night, there are many who are interested in certain aspects of Christianity. They're charmed by certain things that Jesus said and did. And yet they get angered when they're told that they must subtract before adding Jesus to their lives. And make no mistake, this is nothing new. The early Christians faced the same sort of hostility. In the ancient Greco-Roman world, there were countless gods and goddesses to choose from, whom people would keep adding to their own personal collection of deities. The very idea that there was only one path, one road to the divine, was outright heresy. It was the epitome of intolerance back then, and that's why the early Christians were so persecuted. Now, I realize for some of you watching this video, you're either heading back to college or university, or perhaps going for the first time. These are definitely places where the culture is very much like the ancient Greco-Roman world. Yet, just remember, with your Christian faith, it's adding through subtraction. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Now, if you're a parent or a grandparent of someone heading off to college or university, then why not share this video with that special someone? And if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. Thanks so much.